We have finished Week 5, and our Lancaster County football teams are combined 15-5 on the season. Hello, I'm Elena Ely, and thanks for tuning in this week's episode of The Playbook. Andrew Jackson traveled to Class A number 5 Louisville and handed the Lions their first loss. The Buford Yellow Jackets remain undefeated with a tough win at Cross. In the game of the week, the Indian Land Warriors came up just short in a battle with Parkwood, and the Lancaster Bruins lost a road game to White Nile. We took some time and spoke to the coaches about their Week 5 games and what we can expect this Thursday night. We'll be back to hear what they had to say after this short break. Stay tuned for more of The Playbook.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds, a home security system, a whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love? I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Guys we lean on, they did a really good job. And so, I mean, overall, it's sort of like the Lamar game that played a good team, beat them at their place without some key people. And so if you can do that, like that's a win. And it's you know, a good place to be at. Thought the offensive line, especially some guys that hadn't played a whole lot, got in there and did a good job. We ran for right at 300 yards, or no, excuse me, I think it was right at 400 yards of rushing, which is huge. And that starts with the offensive line. So those guys, you know, opening up the holes, and then when we got backs like Trey and Eli to find where the open space is, you know, it makes it a little easier for the offensive linemen. But I mean, it really starts with those guys. But then on the perimeter, our receivers, they're taking pride in blocking too, and doing a good job of creating space on the edge for our guys, and knowing that they're not going to have to mess with those guys as they break through that first line of defenders. And then the quarterbacks, both of them, Hammond and Brady, did a good job again, completing passes when we need to, and then just managing the game. And so, if their number's called too to run the ball, that they do a good job. So just really excited about the offense. When it was time to get some key scores, that we stepped up. Defense did a great job. Louisville, it was very sound on offense. When we charted them, it was interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen this, but I went in our program, we got charted the run to pass, and basically their run plays, run calls to pass calls, because they got some RPO stuff that they can end up doing off of them. But anyways, it was 50-50 through 3 games, which is pretty remarkable that teams talk about being balanced when they call plays. But to be that balanced was pretty interesting to see that. But they were good. They were averaging, scoring over 30 points a game coming in, and we figured out who their kind of key guys were and emphasized that. And our defense got stronger as the game went on, I felt, and came up with some key plays, some sacks. Devontae Bracey had his best game probably here at AJ, and had 4 sacks. So he was basically our defensive player of the game. Fuller Sims did a good job of finding the ball and making a bunch of plays, especially in the first quarter. But the whole defense did a wonderful job, because again, we were without some key people on defense, and when they needed to make plays, they stepped up. Really, the scores that they got, offense, we had turned the ball over and kind of put them into some bad situations. And so when you play good teams, you can't do that. But defense did what they needed to do to get enough stops for us to get more points than Louisville. And so it was just another really good game by the defense. Special teams, we struggled a little bit, and we've already discussed that and plan to get better. Kickoff is been something that we're working on, but again, if you're missing some defensive starters, that plays a role in your punt and your kickoff teams. But we should have basically everybody back this week. Did a good job though on field goal and extra point, kickoff return. That we did not bad job. We got some things to work on there, but overall it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't our best game special teams wise. So we've worked a little harder on that this week with the time that we do have, and hopefully we do a better job of that tomorrow night. We've got to see quite a bit of different, I guess you could say, offensive philosophies, and so our defense for sure has seen a variety of looks and plays, and I felt like we've done a good job. We've played some very tough opponents. I think all but one of the teams that we've played non-region has a winning record, and they're good teams. And so having a good idea of what we need to work on, who we are going into region, is a great feeling, and knowing that where we need to practice, put a little more emphasis in, that's really helped out. And the guys have really done a good job of taking it one play at a time and then 1 week at a time. And I think they're going to continue to do that going into the region schedule. And the other thing that goes with that, we got a little banged up in non-region, but playing some tough opponents, that's going to happen. And so seeing that some of the younger guys could step up and fill in those roles has been good too. And they've gotten some experience. And then now we've been fortunate enough to basically get back to fairly healthy going into the region. So I feel like we're in a good spot, and hopefully we just continue to play with some confidence as we've done and keep it rolling. Our focus this week, and I told them basically it's going to be each week we'll kind of tweak it just a little bit, but it's a win. What's important now, and to think about 1-0 and taking that same philosophy of one play at a time, one first down at a time, one game at a time, and just, each week trying to finish the week be 1-0. That's what they're focusing on. And I think that's helped them to realize that if they slow it down to each play and do their best on that play and then go to the next one, that our guys have seemed to been able to take a hold of that and clock in and play really well thinking that way. So, this sets us up for the playoffs. And so these games are important, and home games, especially, as we only got a couple in the region this year. And so, these are big games. Sherrall, they're a tradition-rich team, and they've got some good-looking players and do a good job of flying to the ball on defense, and then they're got some playmakers on offense that we're going to have to keep tabs on, and we know that it's going to be a tough battle. That Sherrall, they expect to win, and at a tradition-rich school, that's a big part of it, is just that expectation, that belief that they are going to win. And so we'll be, fighting against them on that, and know that they're going to be coming ready to play. Their record doesn't really indicate how good they are at this point. I feel like they've played a pretty tough schedule themselves, and so they'll be ready to go. They know that it starts the region, and kind of the same thing we were just talking about, that this sets you up for the playoffs. And so these are really big games, and we don't expect them to come in and kind of, not be expecting our best. So we got to be ready to roll.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Let's go! Oh yeah! Reach for the sky. We go! Yeah! Yeah!
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is, and that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump, and you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
Well, I told him, it's always good to get a win on the road and everything. And it was a long trip for us, and it was gratifying because I don't know if we would have won that game last year. It was a very physical game, and it was the first time so far we had some adversity, and they responded well in the second half. Defense gave up 12 yards in the second half, and we finally got a little momentum going and scored some points in the second half. So that was good to see. The kids responded, and that, to me, that was great to see us. I mean, it wasn't nice coming out there in that first half, and it was tough, but they responded in the second half. I didn't like much in the first half at all. We didn't do very well. We ended up getting a touchdown and everything, but we started off slow and we didn't block very well, to be honest with you. We didn't do a lot of things well, but we kind of went through a few things at halftime, and then we came out in the second half. And I think what helped us was picking up the pace a little bit, and that kind of got us some energized, and that helped us. Well, like I said, they were just like the offense in the first half. We were slow starting, and they came out and put us in the hole right away, and we gave up a long one. So we were down 14-7 at half, and basically we just challenged them at half that, this is the last game we have before region, and I mean, this is not the way you want to start region. So just a couple teeny adjustments to them, and they came out, got kids made some great plays, got some turnovers for us, and we started hitting a lot better too. We started tackling better, and which gave us the ball, and we did a good job in the second half. Well, Caden had the big kick that put us ahead, 16-14. We were down in there and we got stuck in the red zone and didn't score. So we had to, we had to kick the field goal, and that's what put us up 16-14. And we kept holding them, and then we got another chance to score, and we scored, and that was tough. And but that was good. Our special teams were good. Didn't give up any deep returns or anything like that. So far so good, and the kicking's been good. Well, I hope it does, because other than, it was a long trip and stuff like that, I'm not using that as an excuse. Our kids, we needed to be ready, so we need to do a better job of that. And then we got there in plenty of time and stuff. It woke them up, which was a good thing. They got hit in the mouth pretty good, and that's going to get us for Pageland, because they're big and physical and fast. Well, I mean, the next 5 weeks, our focus is the same, as to try to go 1-0 every week and beat the region teams. I mean, and starting off with them is a tough one, because they come right after you. They're going to blitz you to death, and you got to try somehow to control that blitz and make a play. And they got good, fast kids over there that run to the ball well. Well, no, they're going to – I mean, they're going to come after you on defense and try to get you before you get them, basically. And we got to do a decent job of protecting Brody, and hopefully get some shots that we have time to throw the ball, because you just can't sit there and run at them. That won't work all day.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds, a home security system, a whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Let's go! Oh yeah! Reach for the sky. We go! Yeah! Yeah!
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is. And that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump. And you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
Anytime you have a loss, especially a disappointing loss where you felt like, you beat yourself more than the opponent beat you, and that's the no district, that's not taking away any credit away from Parkwood. They did a great job of putting us in some bad situations, but I think the biggest thing to take away is that, we have to prepare better. That we have to learn how to deal with adversity a little bit better. It's the first time we'd been down all year in a game, and so we kind of got down and started looking around like, oh, well, who's going to make a play? And this isn't going our way. This has always gone our way, and and I think it took us kind of a quarter and a half to kind of realize that and kind of gather our composure a little bit. And then turn around the fourth quarter and have a competitive fourth quarter where you're down 3 scores and to drive back and to give yourself a chance to, at least a chance to contend at the very end. I think to a lot is this kind of shows the resilience of our team, and I think at the same time it showed them that they had the resilience that's needed for them to kind of take down the stretch. Well, it was not very good. Our offensive production was not where we needed to be. We ran the ball. Statistically, we ran the ball well. I think Jaden had 150-some yards rushing on, I think less than a little bit more than a dozen carries. Quarterback Jackson had 60-some yards rushing. So you look at that, and statistically, we rushed for around 250 yards, which is good. But we just did not do a very good job of blocking those guys up front and just finishing the plays like we've been all year. And then the past game, we did a poor job of picking up some of the pressures and a poor job just trying to connect on some passes and just not being in the right spot offensively to help connect with some important passes in important situations. And then the biggest thing offensively is we're a team that's built to stay on schedule, like most teams. And when we're when we're 2nd and 6, when we're 1st and 10, when we're 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, we're a pretty good football team. I think if you look statistically, our 3rd and medium conversion rate is around like 85%, which is excellent. I mean, that's absolutely where you want to be. That's because we're throwing quick game well, we're throwing screens well, we're running the ball, in the interior and perimeter well. But no team is good on 3rd and 12. No good. There's no good play call on 1st and 15 or 2nd and 25. I mean, there's just not, and we're not built to be that type of offense. So staying on schedule, taking care of the football, and giving yourself a chance to, to be in winnable situations is important offensively. They did a good job early on, and I thought we did a good job. They had a really good running back, and I thought we did a good job containing him for the most part. And we got hurt a little bit on quarterback runs. They put a different quarterback than one that we kind of prepared for. One that was a little more agile, a little bit better, is a better runner. And so we did a poor job kind of adjusting at first, but I thought we did a really good job as the game went on, making some adjustments to not just the scheme, but just how we were attacking it. But we got to get off the field. I mean, we can't be in 3rd and medium, 3rd and short, and have a penalty and turn the downs over. They did a really good job of sitting on the ball and trying to control time of possession, which put a lot of pressure on us offensively, but also kept them on the field a lot. We only ran 47 offensive plays, and our defense has to help us with that. And they know it, and just little things of mental breakdowns. Not batting the ball down when we should bat the ball down and try to go for a pick, which, gives them a chance to get the ball. And, we had 2 of those incidents that ended up being touchdowns. So little things like that we got to get better at. We've been really good at special teams this year. I've been really pleased. We've done a great job on our kick returns. our punt returns. We've done a really good job of kind of being penalty free. We blocked a lot of kicks. We recovered a lot of kickoffs and really been able to control the momentum of the game, and we did not do it this game. Really disappointed. We gave up. We had 3 in a row punt mistakes that really one cost us a point, but also cost us a score, but also let them get the ball on their side of the 50. As a play caller and as an offense, when you get the ball in the plus territory, when you're in the 50 in, your playbook's a lot different than when you're on the 20 and you're thinking about, all right, I don't want to get stuck here being 3rd and 10 on the 20, and I got to punt and give them a whole field. So your playbook changes a little bit. Your mentality on first down changes, especially, when you're on their 30, you're in a four down mentality almost. And so for us, we just in special teams, we cannot allow them to control the field position war. We have to use that to our advantage, which we did on Friday. Yeah, the thing about I told our players is it's not done. It's not the end of the season. It's just another chapter in the book that we get to come back on Friday and write a new chapter rather. And so I think for us is this looking back and being retrospective and understanding that there are mistakes. Like we started yesterday's meeting by me open up and say, hey, here's some things that I got to do a better job at. Here's some things that I did that I wish I could have done differently. And I think that accountability, when it starts top down, I think it allows players to kind of understand that, for us as coaches, our job's to teach, but, also to teach you guys how to be accountable for it and how we can fix it and not just say, all right, I messed this up. I'm going to keep on doing this and hope it fixes itself. You got to be accountable for it. So I think for us taking time to be accountable for what we had to do and just realizing that we can't underestimate or overestimate. We can't underestimate an opponent and overestimate ourselves. We got to do the exact opposite. We got to overestimate our opponents and underestimate really not our skill set, but what we have to do and just over prepare mentally and physically. So I think that has really kind of translated into our practices this week. Going and harping on the things that we talked about this off season that we built our off season around, going back and really implementing those and encouraging those, I think have been really important to kind of refocus our team a little bit. Well, you look at our region. I know a lot of people like to say they have a tough region. I would put our region up against anybody, and York is a heck of a way to enter region play. And, I think, one of the messages I had for our team, yesterday is, Friday in the 5 games we played, that's the first time we've been down. It's the first time an opponent has been up on us. And it kind of shocked us a little bit. Our guys weren't familiar with being in that, especially, one score is one score, but we're down 2 scores. It was like, oh my gosh. And all of a sudden now we're down 3 scores and, people are going crazy. And the message we gave our guys was, look, in this region, York, in particular, like you're going to be in tight football games. You're going to be down. You're going to have to battle back. Like in York is that way. They are a physical, tough team. Have a great quarterback. This is his 3rd year, 2nd year as a starter. Really understands what they're trying to do. He's an electric player. Can really play, and they have some really good players on defense. And on special teams, when they've returned a kick for a touchdown every game. And so a lot of things that they do, we're playing at their home to open up region, which I think is going to be important for us to play well on the road. It's going to be a great test. It's going to be a fun game. I think we're excited for it. But at the same time, we know it's going to be a tough physical game that's going to be decided in the 4th quarter.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I got to go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is. And that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump. And you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
I want to thank the coaches for taking the time out of their busy schedules to talk to us. Remember, all 4 county schools are in action this Thursday because there is a high probability of bad weather on Friday. All 4 county teams begin their region schedule this week. In the game of the week, Andrew Jackson celebrates its homecoming week with a game against Sherrall. Beaufort stays on the road traveling to Central Pageland. Indian looks to right the ship as they travel to York, and Lancaster heads to Northwestern for another tough matchup. Make sure you go out and support your local schools this week. Remember the clear bag policy at athletic events, and thanks for watching The Playbook.